Like, that's the thing I like about community policing. You see the good side of people for the most part. You know, when you can do something in your community to help your community, that makes you feel that much better, you know.
And the RCMP is a large part of the Wood Buffalo region. As for Corporal George Cameron, he still remembers how he became interested in police work.
You know, as we're kids, you know, oh, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a firefighter, you know, I want to be a doctor, that sort of thing. And it was true with me. Ever since I was a wee fella, I always wanted to be a police officer.
There are highs and lows being an officer, and Corporal Cameron still understands he has tough days to break bad news.
But the hardest part, by far, that I've had to do in my job is to go to somebody's house and tell them that their loved one is no longer here. That is the toughest, by far, toughest job that comes with this line of work.
The good thing is officers can debrief about experiences through programs at work, or they can regroup in their own way.
And yes, I know that the general public, oh yeah, look at all the cop cars and Tim Horton, blah, blah, blah. But they don't realize that, yeah, well, where did these guys just come from? You know, they weren't just driving around in circles all night and decided to go for a coffee. They could have been on a pretty nasty call, and that's their way of talking about it.
Yes, officers have to deal with chaotic situations, but with every low light, there's a highlight.
It was back in PEI when I was policing there. I was in a school, and same sort of atmosphere. Gave a little presentation on school safety or whatnot, and asked if any questions. And this little fella raised his hand, and I said, yes. He said, you arrested my dad and put him in jail. Okay, moving on. You know, so.
Corporal Cameron is still new to the Wood Buffalo region, but tells friends outside the region that it's a great place to live.
Just pleasantly surprised, you know. And that's one thing I tell people, especially back on the East Coast. I tell them, I said, you know, sometimes you hear some negative stuff about Fort McMurray, and I tell them, throw it out the window, because none of it is true. I said, this is an amazing community.
Putting a face behind every uniform, for Go Wood Buffalo, I'm Doug Roxburgh.